being used as a staging lot. They're dumping dirt on there, staging.
But you're saying it's not you.
Who's responsible? I've never put the water line there.
It's the city's got a contractor down there replacing the sewer line as we speak, and they're supposed to be staying within that 10-foot behind the curb area, and I'll check on that.
That ain't happening. Yeah,
I'll check on that.
The 10 feet behind the curb is not happening. That was my only question.
Yes, sir.
I'll get that taken care of.
Thank you.
Ma'am, did you have?
Oh, sure, yes, ma'am, sorry.
Well, it has to do with something else, basically, but with that
Can we get started?
particular settlement.
Your name and your address?
Well, I'm showing at 920 Gillum Road, River Oaks side, and not only did they take away our beautiful view back there, but now I'm getting flooded. It rained for 5 inches, and I'm getting flooded over there. They've got that sand built up for about 3 to 4 feet back there at the back from the regular level land. And I had so much debris in my yard. I was not home. I was gone for 2 days, and I came home. I had all that debris in my yard from the water rushing down. And my neighbor had more than I did. She lives on the south side of me. And she came out and looked, and she said the water was almost to my door coming in, almost to my door. Today I looked out there over the side where my air conditioner is, and there was a lot of debris around it. I don't know if it flooded it or not, you know, and it's a brand new unit. And something needs to be done about the drainage. They even need to drain. Now, I noticed they put one on the side that meandering, the one that's backed up to meandering. They put a drainage hole there, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not on technical words. I don't know what to say. But anyway, we just need to have something done, or they're going to flood us out. And we've had a lot more rain than that before, a lot more.
Now, are you talking the rain from 2 weeks ago, or just
Yes.
most?
Well, a week ago, when we got we hadn't had any rain all summer, so that's why, we didn't really know. I thought when I saw that built up, I knew then it'd take an idiot not to know that it's gonna flood us down there when it's that high going up that way.
Okay. Gordon, can you speak on that? Thank you. Gordon's going to address that.
Yes, we've received complaints about some flooding over on Gillum. City engineers looked at this, and one of the things that we have the stormwater prevention plan controls locked in. So in other words, we got that silt fence in, we got that silt fence inside that storm pond, so when that major flood came, we're trying to capture the silt as much as we can. Otherwise, when the concrete's in the silt pond, it's going to operate much better, because that silt fence will be out and allow the water to get more out of there. I believe Marvin also had a meeting with him about discussion about that, and we're not at the final stage of acceptance yet. So both the engineer and I will look at this and look at the 2 lots that are getting the extra water. Per design, we reviewed the design, and the design is showing that they shouldn't get the water. So with 8.5 inches of rain, it was, the most unprecedented rain that we had. So, the silt fence does make a difference when we're under construction, because we're trying to keep it all from washing away.
Well, was that in during the rain?
The silt fence was, yes.
And so, just out of curiosity, this last weekend we had a good amount of rain, but not substantial amounts of rain. Did you see flooding then, or was everything okay?
There was more water, but not like the last one, the 5-inch one they had.
And you're interested?
There's sand out in front of my yard, driveway. Some of their red sand is out in front of my, where you turn into my driveway.
Did you say you're at 924?
I'm sorry, 920.
Oh, 920, yeah.
You all do realize that the city of Fort Worth has had 3 water main breaks in the last month, right?
Yes.
3 water, and I'm speaking to the residents. Which, by the way, we've gotten blamed for all 3 of them. It's just the truth. And the water main breaks are 100 to 150 yards north of us, which means every time that those water main breaks, and I myself take videography, like, just to be able to document it, and yes, when those water main breaks, everything goes down Gillum to the west of us. I just want you guys to be aware of that.
But it's never happened before, is all I got to say.
Well, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
There was one building on that lot before, and it basically had no grass. It was almost gravel. Shouldn't, when they put all these houses in with grass yards, shouldn't that slow the flow of water down? Once all that's built compared to what was there?
Yes, sir. It should, so you're gonna have the extra roots and all that, but the lots and everything are sloped to where the 90% of the water goes to the front, to the street, and then it's collected in the storm drain. And we just need to double check
Now, I realize the street itself would flow faster than the gravel, but still. Okay.
and currently, you know, once you do have grass there, it's gonna absorb more
Yeah.
and easier than the clay silt you have, because you'll have probably 4 to 6 inches of
Well, I've never
topsoil.
seen that place ever have any grass.
Yeah.
So basically, while this is very unfortunate, there's a big light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So it
It's
won't be
something that
this
is
way forever.
at our radar and our attention, most definitely.
Okay, so, and it's probably my fault as much as anybody's, we got a little bit off topic on the specific, giving them a special permit to operate, so is council comfortable doing that with the condition that it's for no more than 1 day out of that 2-day window?
Yeah.
Thank council, so.
Make a motion to allow special permit to Elite Fund 1 for the property at 5910 Black Oak for a 1-day special permit to operate extended hours, I guess you would call that. Second.
We have a
Violation
motion,
of our noise ordinance.
we have a motion and a second to issue a special permit to E-Lake Fund 1 for the development of 5910 Black Oak Lane to allow for a 1-day allowance to perform work outside of the normal hours of 10 p.m., cutoff hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. in violation of Section 8.03.008 of our code of ordinances. Any further discussion?
I just think it's important to work with our businesses. I'm glad we got this on the agenda. I know not everybody can agree, but, you know, we gotta work with our businesses a little. And I think 1 day,
1 day's perfectly fair. I mean, those are good hours, we have them there normally for very good reasons, but 1 day, I think, is fair. Did we, yes, ma'am.
Y'all need to come up there.
Sure.
I was going to come and object to this that you're voting on tonight, but since you're saying it's only 1 day, well, I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
Come back. Yeah, we need more. We got lots of seats.
Okay. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. None opposed, motion carries. We'll move to item number 11, which is to consider approval of request from E-Lake Fund 1 at 5910 Black Oak for the council to waive the July 26th decision not to issue building permits until detention pond is concreted in accordance to staff requirements and the acceptance of deeding Lot 1X over to the city. Marvin, you want to start us on this?
Yeah, all the utilities are in, and according to our subdivision ordinance, not to issue a building permit till all the utilities are in. They're all in. The fact of him concreting it to our specifications, he needs a little time. He's actually requesting until he gets 10 building permits, and at that time, he will go on and concrete it to our specifications, which city council asked that we look at that other side, and we're all in agreement of doing all 4 sides now, so.
I guess the question I've got is, what impact is those 10 houses going to do to our stormwater system that we're going to need the detention pond to be able to help remediate? So, I mean, is that something?
The detention pond is going to have the floor put in it. You will put the floor in it, and then what he wants to do is seed the walls, all the walls with a rye seed and protect the walls instead of the walls coming in, down in there. He'll maintain that during that process time. In other words, if the ryegrass, because if you're familiar with ryegrass, it grows If it needs to be mowed, he will mow it.
So that's the